Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not sure it's going to be afternoon when you listen to this, but good afternoon. Welcome to the April 2021 update. I'm not really sure where the last month has gone, but we just wanted to update you on all things Club Matters. So, in terms of March, we were fairly busy. As you can see there, we delivered 49 workshops in total, which is brilliant. So, a big thank you to all of you that engaged with us. And you can see the workshop titles were ever popular. Engaging communities was definitely something that kind of stood out from all the other workshops, and also marketing, which probably over recent months haven't been that popular. So really pleased with the feedback as well from those workshops. So a big thank you to all of you that have engaged, and hopefully you've had an enjoyable experience in delivering too. As you can see on the right hand side, we do have a new workshop that is now available called Building Back Stronger. Looks at crisis around COVID, looks at kind of recovery strategies, and the first workshop of that will be taking place on the 10th of May. That we have had a number of tutors that have applied and have gone through an orientation process. So for those tutors that are now approved to deliver, we will have a few slots for you to observe. So if you would like to observe that workshop, please let us know and we can make that happen. We will also record it. So for those tutors that aren't able to make it, that are approved tutors, we can also share the recording with you. A big thanks. Jess, I'll hand over to you, my faithful and honourable colleague.
Thanks, Kath. Hi, everyone. So just wanted to give you a bit of an update over the stats for the past 4 months. So this is December 20 to March 2021. We do kind of these 4 months reporting just again to feedback to Sport England on the progress, and generally just to understand who the workshops are targeting and who is attending. So as you can see, in the past 4 months, we've had 1,232 participants over 119 workshops. The majority of those actually were delivered in March, which is great. The response rate for feedback is only 44% at the moment. So again, just something to flag with tutors. Please make sure that you are encouraging them to complete evaluation. They are free workshops, and all we ask for in return for that is make sure that they complete the evaluation so that we can improve. So yes, please do make sure that you are championing that at the end of each of the workshops. A couple of other stats here. Main people generally are kind of in that bracket of 35 to 64, with the biggest between 45 and 54. We've also got a really good return rate, with 46% of people actually having previously attended a Club Matters workshop, which again is a massive testament to the tutors and the content, which is fantastic. So again, big thank you for that. Generally, we hit 63% male, 36% female, which isn't too bad. But again, we would like to make sure that we're targeting over the next couple of months, diversifying both gender, age, and ethnicity. Because again, as you can see, kind of 80% plus is white, with the rest being quite low in numbers. Again, a couple of other stats. How people heard about the workshop through the national governing body seems to be a big one. And through the likes of Club Matters email, digital marketing, Twitter, and the Club Matters website. Word of mouth is also quite a big one through other clubs and those that have also attended Club Matters workshops, which again is brilliant to hear. From a role perspective, and which again I'm sure you'll all know through delivering workshops, but coaches and then chairperson and club secretary seem to be high up there. Other, again, people not necessarily identifying as those particular titles, but club captains, fixture secretaries, and various other kind of roles that maybe, again, fall outside of clubs. We also know that we are delivering workshops to those in the professional workforce, 16.9% to be exact at this moment in time, which again are all coming from national governing bodies in the majority, and some sport for development organisations. Just a bit of a mapping exercise that we did as well, to understand where the participants were coming from. You can pause this video and take a closer look if you want to. We've mapped it against IMD, which is indices of multiple deprivation. So you can have a little look and see as and where the workshops are being held.
I think on that one, Jess, just to add, I think what we've done in terms of moving virtually is that we've created a different demographic, because the workshops have been more accessible. but ultimately moving forward, we do want to diversify the delegates that are attending, as Jess said, for some of those kind of focus area around gender, ethnicity, etc. So we still got some work to do, but we'd like to think that we've also opened up accessibility from, a club in Cumbria could be talking to a club in Devon on the workshop, and I think that's really valuable.
And definitely that mixed sport approach as well. We've been working with quite a lot of course organisers that originally would have had a kind of sport specific, who are now thinking actually the mixed sport might be a better fit for them. Again, just sharing a different practice, clubs speaking to other different clubs from different sports, again, learning from outside. So again, really positive. Overall workshop feedback, again, this again just for the 4 months, how satisfied they were with the workshop, 27% quite satisfied and 71.3% very satisfied. So again, massive testament to tutors, as you can see on the right hand side. We rate out of 5, kind of the 7 or 8, I can't add quickly now, different elements. Tutor knowledge, tutor had a suitable delivery style, content of the workshop, and the workshop being a good use of the time, as well as applying those skills and knowledge, all seem to be top. But again, as you can see, tutor knowledge and tutor delivery style are the top that people rated. So fantastic. And then we come down to the bottom around the course organizer feedback. We had 53 course organizers complete feedback, and they all rated it 9.3 out of 10 on average. So again, brilliant that we're getting course organisers. I know a lot of tutors have been working with course organisers ahead of sessions, which is really fantastic, and we really appreciate the work that is put in by tutors around that to make sure that they are tailored as best as possible. And again, the NPS scores shout for themselves. What we have started to do as well, just so everyone is aware, that 3 months after somebody has attended a workshop, if on their original feedback form they tick that we were able to contact them, and we've got in touch with them again and asked them a couple of questions just around the impact that the workshops have had. We generally ask around the impact on the club and organisation, and then the impact on the individual skills and knowledge of that volunteer. Some all seemed pretty positive. Nobody really from a negative perspective on either the club or the individual. And again, you can see on the screen here a couple of different kind of comments that people were made, having a better understanding of how to approach the needs of the club, which is fantastic, engaging more with a broader management team, having a club committee, looking at ways to recruit, reward and retain volunteers, create an environment that volunteers will enjoy being a part of, which again seem small in certain circumstances, but the workshops are clearly having an impact, which is brilliant. And then on the individual at the bottom, knowledge seems to be quite big, and again, this is something that we want to make sure is continuing, increasing the knowledge of volunteers so they go away and it impacts how they deliver and how they support their clubs, as well as confidence is another big one that came out quite heavily. So again, brilliant that the workshops are doing that.
I think we'll use this impact really to understand and align it to the workshop content, just to ensure that this is our why. Why do we do what we do? And this is one of the reasons. So it really should help inform our programme of delivery moving forward.
For sure. We'll also be producing a couple of case studies on particular clubs that have got in touch in this 3-month impact survey, to delve deeper into what it is actually that has had an impact, and what changes they've made. Again, it doesn't matter how small or how big, we're just looking to make sure that clubs are supported, and they can come away with at least one thing from each of the workshops. Kath.
Thanks. Quality assurance. This is just again a reflection of the last 4 months, but strengths, areas of opportunity there. I'll let you pause and read that. Key thing is strengths, workbook, interactive sessions in terms of delivery style, and as Jess said, good content knowledge. Again, what's really valuable is tutors sharing their experience, because it's really good that we're allowing breakout rooms to allow delegates to connect, but also tutor experience to support knowledge and understanding does absolutely help. Areas of opportunity, I think it's just kind of frequency of using the virtual classroom, and just getting used to some of the functionality and trying to be creative in some of the things that we're doing, trial and error and see what works and what doesn't. I think we're also looking at the workshop slides. I know that that's been a lot of feedback from you all, which has been great, around maybe too many workshop slides at the start. So we are looking to kind of refine those slides and make them a bit more user friendly, so we can actually get into the content quicker. Because again, if you look at the feedback, in terms of the kind of turnover, a lot of people attend more than one Clubs Matters workshop, so they don't need to spend 5 minutes of time looking at how to use the virtual classroom if they've done it before. And a big thank you what I've done over the last 4 months is I've sampled a few of you and asked a little bit about your experience of working with us, mainly around communication, helpfulness and service. And that's all been very, very positive. So you can see in the graph on the right-hand side. In terms of quality assurance moving forward, our kind of focus for May and June will be looking at some of the workshops we've not yet sampled. So looking at tutor delivery, but looking at content. I think a lot around engaging the community, financial sustainability, and marketing. So you may have been sampled previously, but please don't see it as a reflection on you personally. It's just to look at the workshop content and just make sure it's fit for purpose. And Esther will communicate with you in due course whether obviously we want to sample that delivery. But yeah, really, really positive, and hopefully that helps you as a tutor to reflect on your own practice too.
Just to reiterate a point I made in the video for last month's update, and what we are starting to say is that we'd like tutors to make sure that they're getting actually into the crux of delivering the workshops after 10 minutes. So that includes the introduction, making sure that everyone's clear on what the expectations are, introducing each other. So yeah, hopefully at 10 minutes into that session, irrelevant of, again, if people are late, that they are delivering actual content. So what is participant experience? Let's get straight into it.
Just to say as well, Jess, I know it's not necessarily on a slide, but we've been looking at cancellation processes, haven't we, over the past couple of months? And I know we changed the minimum number of delegates to 8. What we have had, which is definitely good news, is we've had less cancellations on the night. We've had more cancellations in advance, which hopefully is a good thing. So we recognise that tutors prepare and obviously come with every expectation that the session will be delivered. But hopefully this new approach has allowed, as I say, less workshops to be cancelled on the night, and hopefully that will be something that we can maintain momentum on moving forward. So I just wanted to mention that because I think it's good to, we do look at the data to make sure we're servicing the workshops effectively. Lastly, just to update you, really, UK Coaching we were involved in the pilot with them, but they've launched a new workshop, which you can see on the screen there, quality in sport and physical activity. As a tutor, I think it's really beneficial that we have good EDI knowledge, equality, diversity and inclusion. And there is a workshop taking place that we are hosting at Sports Riches on Wednesday, the 9th of June. Again, it's all virtual. So if you want to sign up, I'll put the link in the email that I'm sending to you. So please feel free. It's really good, as I say, whether you're coaching or you're tutoring, it's really good practice and maybe something for you to have in your armour to ensure that you can deliver in an equitable and fair way. So yeah, big thank you.
Thanks, Kath. Big thank you again to everybody, and we'll look forward to catching up next month.
Thanks all.